Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Positively Disney podcast. I'm Kimberly Bouchard, your host and the author of the Positively Disney book series. I'm so glad that you could join me tonight. Happy Friday and happy weekend. I cannot wait for this weekend. I'll let you know I'll let you in on a few things in a moment, but I just want to welcome all of you guys for stopping by tonight. And also thanks to my sponsor, Michelle McCune over at Ears of Experience. If you want a fantastic vacation wherever you go, including, of course, Disney Cruise Line, get a hold of Michelle at MMCKEOWN at themousexperts.com, or you can call her at 732-735-1779 and tell her I sent you. Well, guys, I am really excited about this weekend. I am getting ready to go to California tomorrow morning. Downtown Disney has opened up their dining, and I'm so happy that the cast members are starting to get called back and things are slowly opening again. And I'm going to go for lunch there tomorrow with a few friends after I hop off the plane. And I'm so excited about it. Got a great weekend planned ahead for myself and with others. It's always fun, to be with other Disney friends, isn't it? Another thing I'm so excited about is things are going along very, very well with book 6. And if everything continues to go as scheduled, the new book will be out this summer sometime. So I'm so happy about that and that things are going well. I hope things are going well for you guys and you are enjoying some finer weather, or if you are still in the cold white north, hopefully it's not too dreadful for you. But we had a sunny day in Seattle today, which was absolutely lovely. I was talking to a friend of mine back in Alberta, and he hadn't realized, how much I really love Disney. And one thing I didn't know about him is that his dad actually met Walt Disney. Yeah, my friend's dad back in Alberta, because I guess there was a show filmed in the Rocky Mountains, Canadian Rocky Mountains, in Jasper National Park, which is absolutely beautiful park. I don't know if you've ever been there, gotten there, but it was that park was about 3 hours from my home where we moved from. At any rate, his dad met Walt because his dad was a ranger in the park. So I have to do some investigating, I think, to see what shows they would have been filming up there in Canada, and see if that would have been a long time ago. Definitely in the 60s or late 50s even. But anyways, that was kind of a fun thing that I found out. And another thing I sort of alluded to with Michelle booking you a Disney cruise. Guess what? Haven't you? I think you've noticed that they're starting to do reservations for this summer for the cruise ships. I'm so happy because Disney cruising is one of the things I love best about a resort experience, for sure. And I was tidying up the house recently, and it's so fun, when you find old treasures from days gone by. And what they are is a tin of coasters from the cruise line. And of course, the first one that I saw was my lovely little Donald Duck, and had to get a little chuckle over that. And then first mate, or I don't know, assistant of some sort, Goofy. And your I guess you would say your event director, your events director, Minnie. And of course, Captain Mickey. And last but not least, Pluto. And anyways, it's just really fun to come across things like that. And I thought it was kind of appropriate for today because actually today, back in 2011, the Disney Dream went to Disney's private island on Castaway Cay for the very first time. That was back in 2011 on this day. And if you guys have ever cruised before or not cruised before on a Disney cruise, try to put that on your bucket list, because I'll tell you, that island is so relaxing. They have everything and anything for you under the sun: bicycle, running, paddling, of course, beach and programs for the kids. I don't want to get digress too much, but I was so excited to find some of my Disney cruise stuff, and that today was the first day the Disney Dream went there in 2011. So, guys, Disney, as you can imagine, has an awful lot of garbage. But things are pretty spotless there, aren't they? There was a time when Walt was trying to solve the problem of how to keep garbage at bay, or trash at bay, or if you're in the UK, rubbish away. And he came up with the garbage can design that had, the flipping lid so that you wouldn't see the garbage. But he was so intent to make sure that people threw away their garbage that he walked out paces, and it ended up that he determined every 30 feet should have a waste contraption, a garbage can and or recycling bin. And I never really walked it out, but when you do look around, if you got something in your hand to throw away, it's not very difficult to find a garbage can. And I would be wondering just how many garbage cans there are, say at Magic Kingdom, for example. One thing I do know, that in Frontierland alone, there are 120. Can you imagine 120 garbage cans? That is a lot of bags of garbage that have to be picked up continuously, because you don't want to have anything overflowing. And I don't even know if I've ever seen an overflowing garbage can at Disney. I really don't. So whatever it is they're doing in custodial, they have a good system, because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes my garbage gets a little overflowing or a little fuller than what I want. But I can't imagine all the people going through there and all the garbage that they generate and how clean it actually is. For you guys that collect things, I am a salt and pepper shaker collector, amongst a few other things. And I just wanted to share this with you before I introduce my guest. So I was at Walt Disney World in early 2020, as well as towards the end of 2020. But the Flower Garden Festival, of course, is absolutely lovely. And I bought the little garbage cans that they had for that. And I just think they're so cute. And you know what? They're actually kind of heavy. Like they're solid ceramic, and they're kind of weighty. So you don't have to worry about your salt and pepper shakers going flying off your table anytime soon with weights. You could also use it as a paperweight if you didn't want to just use it for a salt and pepper shaker. Anyways, I want to bring on a friend. He's become a friend, Jeff Allen, who is part of that custodial team I was referring to at Walt Disney World. I really think that, I got to hand it to them, because it's a job that I don't think I would have it in me to do something like that. It's quite a big job. And we're going to find out all about it in a moment as we get Jeff on the line. And so we've got a dial tone. Hi. Hey, Jeff, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Kimberly, hello there. Thank you so much for having me on tonight.
It is my pleasure. And I don't know if you have seen anything, but I actually have these two a salt and pepper shaker garbage cans from the Flower Garden Festival that I bought last year. And I was telling people, I said, there's like 120 in Frontierland alone. And I just can't get over it. How do you keep that part clean? I haven't seen an overfilled garbage can on property. How in the world do you do that?
I appreciate that. I'm just a small piece of the puzzle, Kimberly. We have thousands and thousands of cast members that do it, and we just go out there and just sweep. We sweep people off their feet all day long. And
yeah, I bet.
it's constant. A lot lot of people come up to me and say, your job is never ending. And it's true.
Yeah.
It never ends.
Yeah.
I would never get mad at anybody for throwing garbage down because they're keeping us employed. So
Yeah. There you go. So, I mean, custodial takes on, I mean, there's so many branches, so many, I guess, jobs associated with being custodial. So, what do you do specifically, and where do you work in the parks?
Okay, I work all lands. Tomorrowland. I pick up different shifts in Frontierland, Adventureland, but I'm mainly on Main Street.
Okay.
And when we come in, the first thing of the day, we get an assignment
Right.
from the computer, and that sends us out to a certain area. It might
Okay.
be Town Square or the monorail area
Okay.
or the hub near the
Okay.
castle,
Okay.
and we stay there until we get another task,
Okay.
and that's continuous.
So now, so you're saying sweeping. So do you sweep? Do you empty garbage? Like what kinds of things do you do?
We sweep. They want us mainly to interact with guests. That's the main thing
Nice.
that Disney wants us to do. But they also want us to keep the park clean. So yeah, we're sweeping constantly. We're checking the different cans they call them zones.
Okay.
So say Town Square would be one zone.
Okay.
And we're constantly checking the garbage cans. And if someone regurgitates, we have to clean that too. But it's part of the job.
I know. But I'd probably do it along with you. If I had to do that, I'd be like doing it too, because that's something, I don't know. It's just a reflex of me having to do. Okay. I appreciate that.
On my team. Oh, man.
Oh my gosh. So now, I mean, does it mystically just magically disappear, the garbage, or do you have to bring it somewhere? I mean, I don't know how this works.
I'm going to tell you the secret. A lot of people, Kimberly, think that there are holes under the ground, like little trapdoors.
Oh.
And when people put the garbage in, it goes right through the ground. And in fact, I was emptying a can once, and there was a gentleman talking to his family on the side, and I heard him say, "See what he's doing? When he touches the side of the can, that little trap door opens up, and all the garbage is going to go underground."
Oh.
And when he looked at me, I looked at him, he made a hand motion like it was actually going under the ground, and I laughed inside.
Oh.
But,
well, that would be,
no,
that'd be great if it was that easy.
Wouldn't that be, well, they wouldn't need us then. So
thank
goodness they don't have that.
Okay.
But what, where all the garbage goes, that's a great question. We have big boats that we take out on wheels, and they're called banana boats. They're big boats, like big trash cans on wheels.
Okay.
And we empty the trash can or the bags into the banana boats one by one.
Okay.
And we have recycled cans that we do that too with. And we take everything to the back, the backstage, and they have a big recycle bin, and then they have a regular dumpster. So we separate. We actually we recycle. We do a lot of recycling, and then we empty the regular trash in the regular trash bin. Yeah.
I actually was very privy to going to the recycling plant, if you will. I'm trying to think how many years ago that would have been. Probably 29 years ago, maybe. Went to see, and oh my word, it was. I'm trying to think, how can I explain it? Everything was so organized. It was probably the most beautiful dump or recycling place I'd ever seen. Like, seriously. And I say that for like real, because I have been to different ones, just because as a teacher, you bring your kids to see these things, these operations. And I'm telling you, Disney, has the nicest one around. And I was so, but I was so amazed at the bales of like cardboard and cans and like just everything that was recycled. It was like it could have built a city, it was just amazing.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing. Disney trash is the most elegant trash, I believe, on Earth, right?
Oh, good Lord. Yes. Of course, it has to have pixie dust in the mix too, of course. Um,
Absolutely.
so I mean, I'm just kind of conjuring up some visual things here, but what would you say, Jeff? What have you found to be the most challenging as custodial cast members?
The most challenging, there were
Mm,
two things, Kimberly.
mm,
After when they had fireworks, which was last year, but because of COVID, they had stopped it.
right.
I remember thousands of people on the streets watching the fireworks. And when everyone dispersed at the end, there was a lot of trash, a
Oh,
lot of trash. And uh, that was a challenge to get it, picked up before the next show. There were two shows. So we had to, in between, get everything swept up, before the next show
wow.
started.
So
And that was a
people
challenge.
people are leaving their garbage all over on the ground.
On the ground, yeah. But again, I make it into a
Oh.
joke. I tell them, I get $1 a pound.
Oh.
And people laugh, and a lot of people, they come up to me while I'm sweeping and they say, I can't believe these people. I would never leave my trash on the ground.
Yeah.
And, that's not mine. And I would make it into a joke and say, well, I'm not going to take fingerprints, but I believe you. You know, I, I try to make it into something light because, um,
Yeah.
you know,
There's nothing you
there
can
could be a lot of
do.
reasons.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Wow. Wow. You know what?
The other,
I don't think I've ever sort of like waited till after, um, fireworks or any kind of show like that. I haven't waited. I'm one of those people trying to beat the crowds out, but I'm kind of curious to stay next time and see, for myself and take a photo and post and say, hey, you guys pick up after yourself. um,
it's an amazing sight. I will hang out with
wow.
me and I will show you.
Wow.
I will show you.
Jeff, there's a couple people that have commented on here. There's a fellow named Mark. Oh boy, Mark, I don't want to really butcher your name. Chimidlin. He said, Jeff, are you talking trash? So I'm not, he must know you. Maybe Mark knows you. And a friend of mine, Ria, is watching. She goes, hi, Jeff. Thanks to you and all the custodial staff for all you do. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you guys are the ones that are part of the whole thing that make it a pleasant visit. It's just that's I have to say that when you travel, and you have to get rid of your garbage and that, it's not a pleasant thing to come across a garbage can that you can't put your stuff in because it's too full. And I was commenting before, I said, I have never seen a garbage can that is absolutely too full. But anyways, you said you had a couple of things that you found challenging. What's the other thing that you found
Yeah.
challenging?
Well, first of all, I think her name was Bria. Was it Bria?
Oh, Ria.
Who said
Ria. Yeah.
Ria?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ria. That's very sweet of you to say. The challenging part is another challenging part is to, like you mentioned, you'll never see an overflowing trash can. We watched them really carefully, and we had a system that we used before COVID, Kimberly, where we had cell phones, and there were there were sensors in each trash can, and we still have them. So if the trash can was a certain percentage full, we would get a notification on our phone as to where that trash can is located and the percentage of how full it is.
Oh, wow. It's like a science, really.
It really is. It was amazing.
Wow.
And each trash can has that. So if it filled up to 75%, we would get a notification, go right out and empty that can.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. There has to be a lot of you because there's a heck of a lot of garbage cans out there.
You're not kidding. I always said I wish that one person can man each garbage can. One cast member per garbage
Oh,
can.
yeah.
There would be nothing but no trash.
Yeah.
But
There's another.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to tell. There's a few comments here. So Lisa, in California, said, "I heard that custodians are asked more questions than any other cast member." She goes, "Thanks for all you do." Would you think that?
Thank you so much.
I would.
What is her name?
Her name is Lisa. Yeah.
Lisa, thank you so much.
So, do you guys get asked the most questions? I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was asked if a guest, it was a family that they had just come off the ferry boat from a little boat from the Polynesian Hotel
Okay.
to the Magic Kingdom, and asked if they can take the monorail to Universal Studios. They were parked at Universal Studios.
Oh dear.
So they took an Uber over from Universal, but they wanted to know if they could take the monorail back.
Oh,
Save
wow.
money on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would imagine that would have cost them a pretty penny for sure to get over there. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
So I have another comment from somebody. Rhea said, "Last February I got to meet 2 of your staff. They were the best. I got my picture with them on my birthday, and that was the best time I got to be at Disney. So happy to have met them. You all are so great." So that
Thanks so much.
yeah. I mean, I think that you're not difficult to spot. You are. I think you all wear the same uniform, don't you? The white uniform, do you? Or
yes, yeah, Walt. Well, we all wear the same uniform, so this way we can move into different lands and be consistent. We don't have to change costumes.
Right.
So anywhere we're all dressed the same.
Right. So sort of like hiding out in the open, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you have you're a man of many talents, and for those of you that don't know Jeff, he actually plays an amazing piano, and he's also a magician. And he does incredible balloon art. My balloon art is just it's a snake. Let's just say that's about my animal art, balloon art skill level.
Oh, that's how I started out too. So you're in the right direction.
Oh yeah, but I've been doing that for 40 years, so I don't know.
I'm going to move you to step 2 with dog.
Oh, okay, sounds good. So what do you think? What do you think, Jeff, is the best part of what you do?
The best part for me personally is the interaction with the guests, getting to know the guests. And another challenging part would be to interact with them when they look bored. If they're waiting for a parade, if they're waiting online, for an attraction, that's the most challenging part, is to engage them in conversation, to make a joke.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the best part about the job that I love, is the interaction with the adults and the children, getting to know them.
Oh, that's lovely. Jeff, if there was another position you would be interested in as a cast member, what would you do? I'm just curious if there would be another one.
I would love to be an Imagineer. That's something that I would love to be, an Imagineer. I have so many ideas locked away and written down that I think would enhance a lot in the parks. I'm not saying that I'm the be all and end all, because I know thousands of people who have ideas as well. But I would love to be part of their team to help think of things and create things for.
That's interesting. I never I mean, I know you, but I didn't know that that's something that you would be interested in. That's neat. I mean, Imagineers, there's no one set, I guess, criteria for being an Imagineer. I don't know if you know that. I know a few Imagineers, and they come from a variety of backgrounds. They do a variety of things, and you know, you never know, right? You never know if that might be a direction that you might suddenly find yourself going in, you know?
You never. I put the word out there, so hopefully one day. I'm not going to give up. I love
Yeah.
working for Disney, so I'm
Yeah.
not going to give up. Would you like to hear one of my ideas?
Uh okay, everybody else is going to hear it too. Sure.
That's okay.
Okay.
No. This is something I posted publicly a few years ago.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Maybe there's somebody out there that can, make it come to fruition.
Okay.
But to have a hotel on Main Street above the ice cream shop, the stores above the windows above the storefronts, to have a hotel and have
Oh,
those rooms be real hotel rooms above on Main Street. To take about 10
wow.
rooms and just to have those as little hotel rooms so people could stay overnight on Main Street
Oh my
and have it back.
gosh. Wouldn't that be amazing? Oh my word. They would, you know what? It would probably take 10 years to even book book a room.
It probably would.
Oh
It
my
probably
gosh.
would.
I love that. I love that idea. Oh, that would be so cool to, wow, to stay on Main Street. That would be mind-boggling, really. I mean, it wouldn't it be a dream to stay in Cinderella Castle, but to you know share the space a little bit, and the possibility a little better to have something over the storefronts. Oh gosh, that would be so fun. There's Jeffrey Allen said Jeff is one of my favorite entertainers. So Jeff, you've got somebody
Oh, it's
voting for
another
you.
Jeffrey Allen. Oh,
Yes,
oh,
yes. And one person's Ria gets his Main Street hotels are a great idea. And she said, I might have missed it, but I haven't asked the question yet. Jeff, how long have you been with the Walt Disney Company?
well, good question. I started out in 1998 as an entertainer, a private contractor, and I performed magic and balloon sculpturing at private parties at the different hotels, weddings and Sweet 16s. And I became a custodial cast member in 2017. So I was performing for them as a private contractor for all those years. And in 2017, I became a part-time custodial cast member up till now.
Yeah, that is quite amazing to have you wear a variety of hats. So what is it that drew you to Disney? What is it that drew you to the company to be an entertainer and to continue in the custodial department?
Kimberly, when I was a little kid, I literally would build Disney in the house, in my parents' house.
Oh,
I was, the hallway was Main Street, and then the different rooms branched out. And my father was an artist, so I had world with his paintings on the wall. My mother was into computers, so that was computer world in the den. Different things. When I was a little kid, Disney was an escape for me. I was an
mm,
only child, and
okay.
my mother would drop me off there in the 70s, and she would go to shopping, and I would roam the park. It was safer then, and
Wow.
it was an
Wow.
escape. And I loved
Wow.
being alone. I would use my imagination. Sometimes I would take people on tours of the park and lead them around different attractions when I was a kid.
Oh,
But
I love
it was
it.
my escape.
Oh
It was
my
my escape.
gosh. Wow,
Yeah,
that is an amazing that's really amazing actually on so many levels, because it was in your heart at a very, very young age, right?
absolutely. I would
Oh,
envision myself performing a magic trick on Main Street at a very young age, probably at 9 or 10,
oh,
and that was my dream to do a
ah,
magic trick or a magic show on Main Street, which
you
which came to fruition in the early 2000s. Yeah.
Right. That's fantastic. Something that I was surprised to see, it was a couple of years ago in on Main Street at Disneyland, and they actually have a little magic shop. When you go down the street, when you first go down the street, I believe it's just this little. It's the second shop in on the right. And you guys that are watching, if you're if you're Californians and know Disneyland, if I'm wrong, please correct me. But I believe it's this little shop on the right, and it's the cutest, darndest thing. So if you ever get out to Disneyland, California, you have to pop in there and take a peek at it, because it's kind of an interesting little thing. They sell little little magic kits, and they have some books and things like that. And I'm not sure if the books are more props or if you can actually purchase them. I can't remember that. Somebody else can, maybe if they hear this and are on watching with us, they can maybe message us. I was just wondering, like, what do you think? You've told me what you enjoy the most as far as interacting with people, but is there something that happened to you specifically when you were like on the job? Was there something that sort of is that really stands out for you, Jeff, while you were working?
Yeah. Yes. A few things. About 4 weeks ago at Animal Kingdom, there was a little boy in a wheelchair, and he had sunglasses on, and he had his head down, and his family, that nobody was really speaking to each other. And I went over and I started up a conversation with the little boy. And how are you? Hello. And to make a long story short, he was blind. He had 2 fingers on one hand and a thumb on the other hand.
Okay.
And we talked for about a half hour. And his mother showed me a YouTube video of him playing Beethoven on piano. And he had this whole video, and I couldn't believe it. I played piano. He was better than me. And he had 3 fingers. And it was unbelievable. And by the time we left, or I left the family, he was laughing. And the mother told me that he hasn't laughed all day like this. And you really brought him out of his shell. It's very quiet.
Oh my gosh.
But that
Wow.
stood out for me because
Wow.
for 2 reasons. The first, you can never judge anybody by a disability ever.
Right.
And the second part was I enjoyed bringing somebody out of their shell from being very quiet,
Yeah.
laughing. It felt good.
Yeah. Gosh, as soon as you told me that he played Beethoven, it was like electricity. It just got chills. My whole body just got chills. I
Well,
still think about, I'm just still getting chills, because Beethoven is not easy. And I
oh,
cannot
gosh.
imagine 3 fingers and blind on top of that, and how that passion, that desire to learn. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Wow.
It was incredible.
Okay. Oh, on to the next one. That's just like, oh. Oh.
And the main thing I love is when a guest asks, where is an attraction? Where can I find this? Where can I get that?
Mhm.
When you're in custodial, you can move freely throughout the park. You have to let your manager know that you're leaving the land that
Okay.
you're at.
Right.
But I love saying to you, if I'm on Main Street and the guest says, well, where's Space Mountain? Most of the time I'll say, if I'm not very busy, follow me. I'm going to be your personal tour guide. Come on, let's go. And I'll walk them to Tomorrowland, to Space Mountain. And we're the only part of the park, the custodians, that are allowed to freely move to other lands. With attractions, you have to stay in one place for a long time.
Right.
Food and beverage, same thing.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Because you're in, they're in their costumes, right? And they have, it would be very strange to see somebody in Frontierland and Tomorrowland and vice versa, right? So
Oh, absolutely.
yeah,
Sure.
that makes
Sure.
sense. I love that. I'm going to share with the audience a little bit that how Jeff came across my peripheral, I guess you could say, is when all of this was hitting us, this whole pandemic and everything like that, was starting to hit, and a lot of the college kids had to go home, uh that because they weren't going to be doing their college program, and that Jeff posted that if anybody needed a meal and even a room, that
Mhm.
he and his significant other were offering a meal and or a room for these cast members, especially the college kids that had to basically pack their things and go home. And I think that is so amazing, because you don't know these people. How many of you guys watching right now would think about, if you work for a company with thousands of people, open your doors to offer a meal or even a room to stay in? I just think that was one of the most amazing things and the most beautiful things I have ever seen, um, like that come across me on Facebook. So my question is, did you end up cooking for anybody?
Okay. No, not after the first person found out what my food tasted like. The
Oh,
word got around. Nobody else asked me for a meal.
oh
But I'm teasing. But I didn't. Uh, no one came forward to me.
no. Okay.
I guess everything was okay. A
Okay.
few months later, someone did come forward, and that's when the virus was really spreading around.
Right.
So I had to refuse. I had to say no because of safety reasons at that time.
Right. Right.
Um, Everything was running really rampant, so I couldn't. I was just going to shop and then back home. I
Right.
wasn't going
Yeah, I
anywhere. And
remember. Yeah, those are really tough times for sure. But
yeah,
I just think that's wonderful. And but I also share with the audience something that you did, which I think was incredible. And I don't know how many nights you did it for, but this has been a long haul, this whole, like, 12, 10, 11 months. I don't know. I'm losing track now. And for all you guys that are watching, Jeff actually every night went live, either playing the piano or talking with people, as far as interviewing other magicians or cast members. And it was really amazing. He did that every single night. And you did that for months, didn't you, Jeff?
yeah, for 4 months, give and take a little bit of. If I was tired, I would replay something that I did,
Right.
a few days prior
Yeah.
or a week. But basically, every night, my girlfriend had to put up with me doing this because I told her I would only be on for an hour. That's it. I'm going to interview someone. That hour turned into 5 hours
Oh,
many times.
oh
So
dear.
and even when I interviewed you, it was 2 hours, I think, and you couldn't believe it. The time went so
I
fast.
know. And then my phone died.
That's right. It did. There was no ending, really.
I know.
But
I know.
if Jeffrey Allen, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
If Jeffrey Allen is still on right now, he has the same name as me. He's also a magician, and he did a 3-hour tour of the American Museum of Magic in Michigan.
Oh,
He's on the board of
wow.
directors, and that was amazing. So just
Wow.
wanted to give a little recognition.
Oh, that's so
Yeah, it was a.
nice. Well, Michael is on here as well. He said Jeff got me through my nights. And somebody else is saying I need Jeff to be my friend. So-
I could use more friends.
We all could, sincere friends for sure, and Michael, I think, had seen that tour of the Magic Museum and said that was an amazing tour, for crying out loud. That's so fun. But anyways, I just wanted to share that with people because it's, oh yeah, Jeffrey is still on. He goes, yeah, yay, American Museum of Magic. It's interesting because, Jeffrey Allen, the other Jeff, were Facebook friends as well. And he saw me, that we were driving across the country, bringing our RV back from Florida in July. And he offered to, if we were in the neighborhood, to take us on the tour, but we just weren't in that neck of the woods. We were kind of hightailing it home. It was a long 4-day drive for sure. But Jeff, I want to, we're just about ready to wrap up here, but I really wanted to ask. I mean, you've done so much with the company, so much yourself in life. What life advice do you have that you could offer to our listeners?
Life advice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be 50 years old in 6 months.
Okay.
And I'm still learning a lot. But if I could give one piece of advice that I am learning now and utilizing, where things are coming to fruition, is to take risks in life. Don't stand out in the middle of a road with cars, coming at you.
Yeah.
But risks with forging ahead with your ideas, and not to be afraid to talk to people and to ask them questions. No question is stupid. And to also be yourself, be unique, be the person you are. Don't follow the crowd. Stand out, even if you're not, accepted by everyone. It's okay. Be the person that you feel comfortable about being. Don't change. If something doesn't hurt someone emotionally or physically, don't change the person who you are.
I love that. We all are unique. I mean, we all have, well, first of all, we have our own fingerprints, and there are only one of us in the world. And why do we have to be the same as everybody else? I mean, we have commonalities, of course, but I think a lot of people are afraid of things. It's fear that and it's our own fears that hold us back, isn't it?
It is. We're afraid, or I can speak for myself. I was afraid of rejection, and I still am. I hate rejection. And
well, who likes it? I don't think anybody likes rejection. It's like, no, pick me, don't pick me.
Nobody likes it. No. And that rejection holds a lot of people back.
Yeah.
And it's also held me back. I'm speaking for myself. So the more risks you take, not everything will come to fruition, but
right.
Many things will, and that's how you overcome that fear.
I love that. Michelle on here saying, beautifully said, Jeff. And she goes, yes, exclamation, exclamation, take risk, exclamation, exclamation mark. So guys, if you are in the Disney parks, take a look for Jeff. I did post him in the mask on my Facebook to advertise. Sometimes it's hard to tell, who we are, with the masks on, and definitely say hello. He'd be really happy to chat with you, as I'm sure most of the other custodians are as well. I think what you guys do is so admirable. Most of us wouldn't want to do your job because it's, it can be smelly, it can be nasty, it can be all kinds of things, but it's so nice to hear the other side of it, that it gives you the freedom to move about in the parks and the freedom to chat with cast member, but guests, as that ask you the questions and engage in conversations. And I think you definitely would want to be a people person as custodial staff, right? You're not gonna not gonna hide out in the bathroom or whatever, right?
Well, when people come into the bathrooms, if I'm working in the bathroom, I'll make it fun and say, "Welcome to the bathrooms."
Oh,
Keep all hands inside the stall at all times.
oh, that's good advice. That's very good advice. Well, Michael says it's a privilege knowing and working with you. So you are very highly regarded, Jeff, and I know that. And
Hello, Michael.
I can see why. But Jeff, thank you so much for taking the time with us tonight, and I look forward to seeing you again. I know we missed you back in December, but we'll be back. I'm not sure exactly when, but tomorrow I'm heading to downtown Disney in California, so I'm excited about that. Oh gosh, I will end here with a little joke that Michael put out. He goes, "Sometimes being custodial stinks, but it really picks up." So you not only pick up, but yeah, it's good. It's all good. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for joining us, and Jeff, you're getting a lot of thank yous, and again, thank you for taking the time, because I know that you put in some very long days, and I really appreciate you coming on the show.
And can I just say one more thing before I go?
Yeah.
A few months ago, I think it was the beginning, months ago,
Yeah.
I met a family of on Main Street, and of 4 people, and I was sweating bullets, and I was sweating, but they were in the air conditioning, and we took pictures in the air conditioning, and it was a woman and her family, very talented woman. She wrote books, Positively Disney. In fact, I think it was you. And just want to say how much of an impact you made on me, and how much of an impact you made on the audience that you do this for. You're a wonderful, wonderful person, and so is your family. Thank you, Kimberly.
Oh, thanks, Jeff, so much. I have to, when you started talking and you're sweating bullets and we're in air conditioning, but the family is in air conditioning, I thought, oh gosh, I remember when we met up with you, you were really sweating bullets because it was so hot. I didn't realize you were talking about us. Oh, thanks, Jeff.
I'm so lucky that I can meet you in person.
Oh, thanks, Jeff. Oh, thanks, Jeff. You're just you're absolutely wonderful, and I look forward to seeing you again this year sometime.
I can't wait. I really look forward to that. Regards to everybody.
Okay.
Thank you, Kimberly.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. Take care. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, guys, that was so fun. It's I'm always amazed. I always learn something from any of my guests. And I have to tell you that I found out a little bit some of the statistics that I wanted to just tell you real quick, that they move about 80,000 pounds of garbage a day in Magic Kingdom. 80,000 pounds. And you know what? There is a little bit of a magic system called an AVAC, which is an automated vacuum assisted collection system that I think comes from Sweden. And believe it or not, they're put into like 17 different places, in tubes in 17 different places. And it kind of gathers, I guess, behind Splash Mountain. So I didn't bring that up with Jeff because I wasn't sure he was going to be allowed to say anything or not. But I read about that at one time, and I thought, holy cow, that's a lot of garbage. And it's kind of cool that there's a vacuum system. So there wasn't really a hole per se in the street, but definitely in the utilidor underneath, that is where there's massive, I have seen them actually, the massive vacuum system that they move the garbage safely and quickly. It actually goes 60 miles an hour, I'll tell you. That's pretty fast. Anyways, guys, thank you so much again for joining me tonight. And I am going to be posting about my weekend in California. I cannot wait to get to downtown Disney and actually have a nice little meal. I'm always up for a Disney fix for sure. So guys, until I see you next week, have a wonderful weekend. Be safe, take care, and God bless. Bye for now.